Maybe you've heard of Vine. Maybe you haven't heard of Vine. I'm hoping at least one person has heard of Vine, because honestly, I hadn't heard of Vine up to 2 weeks ago. And then I heard from some young kid that's all about it. And here it is. It is Vine. Feel free to Google it. I wouldn't do it right now, but Vine doesn't even have a website. Well, I take that back. It is vine.co. But if you go there, there's nothing. It's not a website. It's not a Facebook. It's not a YouTube. It's not a sit in front of a computer thing. If you go to the website, it'll tell you how to download it into your phone, how to get the app. Again, this is a free app, okay? And I'm going to show you how to use it right now. So let's talk about this. It debuted in January of 2013. I'm going to date this webinar right here, and that's okay. But that's only what? Well, it's about 8 months now. But in 4 months, look at the next stat. In 4 months, from January to April, it became the most downloaded app the most downloaded free app in the iOS App Store. That's a pretty big deal in 4 months. It got bought by Twitter. I don't have that in here, but it was bought by Twitter, so now it's part of Twitter. So if any of you guys use Twitter for your social networking, this is right up your alley, but it's not similar to Twitter. I'll be honest, I don't like Twitter, but I like this. I like Vine. It is Android also. Yes, it is. Good question. And that's all it is. It's iPhone and it's Android. And it's exploded so much with iPhone that Android's, they're catching up now, really. They're upgrading the app to catch up. There have already been news agencies that are using this. There's already been Vine videos, is what they're called. There's already been Vine videos of war stories and stories that are going on in Turkey. There's just of course there's goofy kids doing goofy things and getting hundreds of thousands of views. And of course marketers are picking it up, but this is the best thing, that it's so early that you guys could corner your niche if you start working on this now. Okay, so what is it? Well, let me explain what it is. First off, it's on your phone, and what you do is you create looping videos. They're only about 6.5 to 7 seconds long. You can make them shorter than that, but you can't make them any longer than that. You use your phone's camera. You use the camera that's pointing away from you, or you can also turn it around and point the camera to you. So all of you talking head type people that don't mind being on camera, there you go. For some reason, all of you public speakers out there, I don't know why, but public speakers don't like to be on camera. For all you public speakers that don't like to be in front of the camera, you can turn it around and show something else. How does it work? It's very simple, actually. Once you log in, there's a little camera button. You push the camera button, and then it turns on the camera. So you see whatever you're pointing your phone at. And then if you look at the right picture here on the right-hand side, you'll see that the person's thumb is on the screen, and there's a bar at the top with an X. When you hold down your thumb, the green bar gets longer. So the amount of time that you leave your thumb on the screen is the amount of time that is being recorded, and the amount of time that is taking up the bar. So what's so neat about this? Well, people are getting really creative with this, really creative, and it's very simple. First off, when you take your finger off the phone, when you take your finger off the screen, it pauses, it waits. So you can then move your camera and shoot something else. So let's look at this picture right here. They have their camera pointing, the one with the thumb, there's a camera pointing on this lady. So if they took their thumb off of the screen, they could then turn the phone to whatever she's smiling at and then hold the thumb down for whatever amount of time they choose, and then let go. Eventually, you're going to run out of time. The bar only lets you go so far. At that point, you can choose, yes, I want to post this video to my Vine account, which would be the arrow, or no, I don't like it. I'm going to click the X and delete it. It will even let you have a preview so you can see exactly what it does. It records audio and it records video. But like I said, it's only 7 seconds, and it loops. So it goes over and over and over and over again. It's pretty neat. It's kind of dumb. When I first saw it, I was like, this is not going to take off. And I swear to you, I started playing around with it. And next thing I know, I'm watching goofy monkeys getting married, and I'm watching ads. There's ads on there. Well, you might need to sell if you're going to try this. Sorry, Heidi. Like I said, there's no website for this. So why is this a big video marketing tool? Well, geez, first off, you can get in on the ground floor. Remember when the internet first started? What if you knew now what you did? What if you knew then what you know now? You could really do some things. Same thing with YouTube. YouTube's still relatively young. I'm still pushing it as a young technology that you guys can really corner. But this is extremely new, and it's a younger generation. And of course, the younger generation is then going to, then their parents get influenced, and the older generation. So everybody's demographic for their products is different. I know mine's a little bit older, so I'm kind of planning ahead of time. Sorry, Chris, I hope you got the sound back, but I'm planning ahead of time. So when people finally do show up to my Vine, when the older my demographic shows up to my Vine, I already have content. Now, what else can I do? Well, this is owned by Twitter, so you can put a hashtag. So you can hashtag keywords. You can hashtag video for if it was all YouTube stuff, or YouTube if it was all YouTube stuff. You can hashtag life coach. You can find other life coaches. You can search by hashtags. You can search by people in your phone contacts, so you can invite people to also be following you. And that is another Twitter-ish thing, is they want followers. And actually, following is pretty neat because you get to see the other Vines that people do, and some of them are really funny. Some of them are a little risque. They did get in trouble by Apple. Apple doesn't allow any R-rated stuff, so Vine did have to they had to limit the age to 17 plus. I want to say. So hopefully, sorry if anybody's 17 or younger. Can you only do Vine with a phone camera, or could you use a camera? Todd S. Todd. Yes, you can do it with a camera, but it takes some advanced stuff. You have to encode it. You have to get into the phone. You have to be crafty. Really, you have to be tricky, and it's way beyond anything that I can cover in the webinar. And honestly, I haven't even tested it, but I know what to do. So I just need to test it. So yes, it's possible. Very difficult, very advanced. And it's really nothing that you need to know just yet. If you guys started to get really into Vine and started to build up following and build up the stuff, then I could show you the next level. But you don't even need to just yet, because I'm doing simple things. I'm pointing the camera at my computer that shows my website, like on a big text. It doesn't have to be, again, this doesn't have to be quality anymore. This is a phone. This is the YouTube generation of people that are used to phone quality videos. So you don't have to, can you use your iPad? Yes, you can use your iPad. So that's pretty cool. It's an app. So yes. Okay. I want to know more about this for internet marketing. Right. So what you can do is you can set up an account. You start posting these Vine videos. Like I said, it records sound, so you can actually make announcements. You could put a quick tip in. And boy, let me tell you, video length is 1 to 2 minutes. Let's see if you can get a quick tip in 7 seconds. It is possible. I've seen people, they just hold their finger down the whole time they talk. And it's great. You can also share this on Twitter. You can also share this on Facebook. There's more to this, and I really can't go into it in the webinar tonight, but I do have some training on it, and that is also going to be part of my freebie that I'm going to give you guys. So it might be something that is interesting, that might be interesting to you guys. So right before we get into the Q&A, and I will answer more Vine questions in the Q&A, but that's all I wanted to talk about it for right now. But before we get into that, I want one more thing, and you guys are in luck, because I feel like giving some stuff away. And I said that, and I said it was going to be a product, but I really felt like I am going to talk at the boot camp. Yes, I am, Serena. So if you're there, I'll see you. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I won't talk about Vine in the boot camp, but I will talk to you personally about Vine in the boot camp and anybody else that wants to see. Okay, great. I'll see you there. Good. Okay, so anyway, yes, free stuff. All I need is an email, and I'll talk about that in a second. But let me show you what I want to give you. First off, I want to give you something that I call the Video Content Super Course. It was what I was going to tell you guys, but I think there's something missing, but it's still really, really great content, and I don't want it to just sit on the shelves. And this is what I was talking about, that you guys need to be creating content. And some of the arguments are, I don't know what to say. So here's what I did. First off, yes, you do need to create content. I provided a very easy training course. It's just simple videos. They're fairly short, but it provides you with video content ideas that you can use for the whole year. On top of that, it also talks about how you can schedule, how you should start scheduling these videos, so you can have a year's worth of videos. And it's very simple to do, actually. And I'm talking about you could have a month's worth of videos in one day. And if you did that once a month, there you go. So if you worked 12 times a year, you could have enough videos for the whole year. And actually, you would find from this super course that you'd probably come up with more ideas. Actually, I pretty much guarantee you, if you do everything in the video course, you would come up with more than a year's worth of ideas for videos. And these are fairly quick, and they're very simple, and I kind of walk you right through them. Also, the video content super course, I have it set up so I send you quick, gentle reminders. Excuse me, I bumped the mic. Quick, gentle reminders once a month, just to kick your butt into gear, just in case you forgot to make your videos. And so I give you suggestions as to, this month you should do this. So I do that for the first 4 months, and then at that point you really know everything you need to know, and then you just rinse and repeat what you learned. And that's all in the video content super course, and that's what I'm going to give to you for free. On top of that, I'm going to give you the Vine Fast Track video guide. I made some videos that shows everything you need to know to get started with marketing on Vine. It does not cover the advanced stuff. Sorry, Todd. This is easy. These are easy video tutorials, and it has you up and running in less than 20 minutes. Basically, it covers everything that I couldn't cover in the webinar tonight, because it shows you step by step, and it shows you with screenshots. It shows you what to do, and it will get you going. And like I said, it's less than 20 minutes. On top of that, I'm going to give you guys, anybody who wants this opportunity, you don't have to take this opportunity, but I'm going to give you a free 30-minute consultation. It can be about those annotations, Chris. It could be about the advanced Vine stuff, Todd. It could be about e-commerce. It can be about merchant accounts. It can be about shopping carts. It can be about blogging. It can be about your business. It could be about Craigslist. It could be about YouTube. It's not about just what I'm talking about in this webinar. On top of that, if you want me to give you a consultation, I'll look at your website. I'll give you a quick down and dirty website critique. Whatever we can squeeze into 30 minutes, it's your time, okay? So I'm going to give you that opportunity. It's all on the same page, okay? So here's what I need you to do. If you want to do that, we're going to start the Q&A. But if you want to sign up for that, it's just an email is all I need. And then, of course, if you want to do the consultation, I like to look at your website ahead of time, so I ask for your website. But I'm going to show you where to do that. It's right at this website, www.markbullard.com / it's a little long. I'm going to put it in the question box. I'm here to help you. So yeah, talk about making an easy link for everybody. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in the chat box. So let me see here. So I put it in the chat box. I'm also going to type it in here, and I'm going to send it to everybody. I answered Marjorie McDonald's question. I have had a number of people subscribing to my channel who have no videos. Good question, Marjorie. I'll tackle that in a second. Hopefully everybody can see the answer to Marjorie McDonald's question, because I put the link in there. I put the link in the chat area of GoToWebinar, and it's also here on the screen if you want to type it out. Now, one other thing that I want to show you. I'll show you exactly what you're going to see. Here we go. This is what you're going to get. This is the website. Congratulations, you've been qualified for a free 30-minute consultation plus my free gift. Here's a video that shows you what to do, but if you don't want to watch the 1.5-minute video, just scroll down here, give me your name, email, website, and what do you want to see improve on your site? If there's anything you want to see improve, let me know. When you fill all this out, the video actually will show you. It takes you right to a calendar where you can schedule a half hour with me. Just make sure you pick the 30-minute and not the hour, because the hour is where I charge. But don't worry, I wouldn't charge you. I would just send you an email and let you know that you're only getting 30. Okay? Now, if you guys don't want the 30-minute consultation, you don't need to tell me your website. You don't need to tell me what you want to see to improve on your website. That's fine with me. But you do need to still put the name and email. Once you put that in, it's going to take you right to the page, the thank you page, where it has all of that content, all of the information on there, and the place where you can schedule the 30-minute consultation with me. Okay, so let's start the Q&A, and I'll start answering some questions. And I really wanted this to be short and sweet, and I think I delivered on my promise. I said about 45 minutes, and I actually beat that. So that's what the rest of this time is for. So let's answer some questions, and I'll take it away here. So is that by phone? Heidi was asking by phone. I'm not quite sure. Serena wants the consultation. Awesome. Serena, half hour. Book your time. I do evenings right now. And if you have any questions for me, you can write them down ahead of time so you really don't stammer in the half hour, or but trust me, I'll find some stuff for you. But if not, if you have specific questions, write them down. Let's schedule a time. And let's see, Serena, yes, I'll be at the butt camp. Todd, schedule the time with me, Todd. That would be the best way I could talk to you about using a camera to get it into Vine. But that is the next step. And I think I'm going to do some training video on that. And if I do, I'll let you guys know. But if you want one-on-one, schedule some time. Chris, hopefully you got your sound back. Heidi, yes, you do need a phone. Okay, Farouk, yes, it's Android also. And Farouk had another question. What should be a good frequency for creating videos? Now, Farouk, I don't know if you mean Vine videos. I don't know if we were talking about Vine at that point. If we are, I'm finding the more the merrier, really. And besides, they're only 7 seconds. You could do. I've seen. There's this one girl on here. She's really funny. I can't remember her name, but she just talks to the camera. She says, how do I know my mother's crazy? She leaves her glasses on when she sleeps, or something like that. That's it. 7 seconds. And that's not really a marketing video, but it's getting people watching. It's getting people revining. That's the new term. You're going to hear about it. Revining. And what that is let's say I see a funny Vine and I want to share it to all of my friends. Well, I can click the little revine button and it shows up in my feed. That doesn't mean I'm following that person. That just means I like one of their videos. Well, let's say that I thought that was really, really funny, whatever it is. I can follow them. And then it'll, whenever I log in, whenever I log into the app, it goes to my homepage. I have a feed that shows all the people that I'm following and everything that they have posted, the Vine videos that they have posted. Really, this is really new. So I don't know if they're going to keep calling them Vine videos. Revining seems to be already taken a hold, but are they going to be calling posting them? Or are they going to be calling vining them? Who knows? This is really so new. I'm kind of excited just to see where it goes. But I'm kind of following the younger herd because they're going to be the trendsetters. They latch onto this stuff, and on top of it, Facebook, they're starting to leave Facebook. Dun dun dun. So I'm following them, and eventually the older generation is going to follow them. So be ready. Okay, so let's see here. If Farouk, if you're talking about YouTube videos, let's just talk about YouTube videos. That's what I talk about in the video content course. I do 1 video a week. Okay, so think about that. That's 4 to 5 videos a month. Can you create 4 to 5 videos that are only 1 to 2 minutes long? Really, I know you can. And if you can't, the content course shows you exactly, gives you ideas. It tells you what to talk about. It gives you homework a little bit. It says how to get more ideas. And the content course, it tells you different styles of videos. And some of these styles aren't going to be up your alley. You're not going to like them. And that's fine. You might want to try it just to see, and you might not ever go back to it, or you might try it and you might find that you like it, and that might be the style that you stick with. I certainly have found a style that I like. So pay attention to that. And I talk about the scheduling because YouTube really, I'm going to ram this down everybody's throat. YouTube really wants people to upload on a schedule. Okay, that's how they're getting subscribers. It's like HBO comes out with a weekly episode of whatever. And Showtime comes out, their channels. Well, now we have channels, our own channels, and YouTube is really pushing for schedules because more people will subscribe because they want to see your scheduled videos if they know that every week you're coming out with a new awesome video. Also, YouTube pays attention to people that have subscribers and are getting more subscribers. So YouTube kind of pushes you up in the results. Now, that's really a guess, but I'm seeing this firsthand. I'm seeing it with one of my channels. So again, nobody knows the algorithm, but I'm seeing it happen. I'm getting help. So I would do at least once a week. No, not at least. I've seen people do once every 2 weeks just to get on some sort of schedule, okay? And that's what the content course kind of helps you with too. How can the video owner know retention stats? Okay, good question, Chris. I hope you're sitting on the line still. Let's talk about that. Let me get to my YouTube channel here. I got to minimize a couple things. There we go. Okay. That's in analytics. Can you see analytics on the left-hand side? You can get to analytics many different ways. If you're logged into YouTube, I click the video manager. I click my username and then I click video manager. And my video manager on the left-hand side has a bunch of menu options. And one of the menu options is analytics. So when I go to analytics, There's a lot of things here, but when I go to analytics on the left-hand side, do you see right here, it's a little hard to see, but it says audience retention. I can click audience retention. And these stats for audience retention aren't going to help me much because this is for all of my videos all at once, and that's just not going to help. What I need to do is I need to search my videos, and I can search by clicking this box up here, and I can find my videos. I can browse all of my videos and see, and I can see the views that I have. So I can pay attention to videos that have a lot of views, and I want to see the retention. So I'm going to click on it, and now it's showing me the viewer retention for this video. It's also going to show me something else. Hold on, it's going to play. So what it does is it plays, and this red line actually shows where this playhead is. If I move it down the line, the red line will move. So it's 35 seconds in, it's 35 seconds in. So I can pay attention to absolute audience retention. What does that mean? It actually tells me right here. Estimated average minutes watched per view for the selected content, date range, and region. So this is the average minutes watched. So it goes up to 120%, and it goes down to, of course, 0. So by the time people get to the end of my video, there's only about 14.9% of them left. Okay? Which means if I have a subscribe link at the last 10 seconds, only 20% of the people are seeing it because they're leaving. Now, at the beginning of the video, there's actually 106%, which means that's not mathematically possible, correct? Right? 106%, there's more people watching it than there are actually watching it. No, what that means is that some people actually backed up and watched it again. So if people watch it again, it actually counts. It adds to the retention because they're watching that part again. So if you have a good, helpful tip, that means, that you might see that. So I can follow along, and it's telling me about 76%, 75%. It actually goes up a little bit, so people must have backed up right around this point. So what I could do is, if I wanted to, I could put an annotation at this point. At this point, what is this? This is about 1 minute and 8 seconds. At 1 minute and 8 seconds, I could put a subscribe annotation, or I could put an annotation that says, want more help? Click here. And that would go to my website or wherever I want it to go. That is absolute audience retention. Now let's look at relative audience retention. I don't really like relative audience retention because it really doesn't tell you anything. So let me explain what relative audience retention is. My video is 5 minutes and 51 seconds long. I can see that down here in the video player. But what it does, it actually tells you right here underneath too. Relative audience retention shows your video's ability to retain viewers during playback. But what does it compare? It compares it to all the other YouTube videos that are 5 minutes and 51 seconds long. So if I look at this chart here, in the first couple seconds, I'm below average compared to the retention compared to all other videos that are 5 minutes and 51 seconds long. That could be an awesome action video. It could be a really helpful blender tip. It could be cooking naked. It could be a YouTube tip like mine. So that's not fair. But then compared to all the other videos, I start to actually have more retention than other videos at the 1 minute mark. Whoop-de-doo. So this doesn't really help me much. I don't use it. I use the absolute audience retention, and I use it for all my videos. And you'll start to get some good information, especially some sickening information near the end of your video. I definitely want to put a link near the first minute or 1.5 minutes, nowhere else. And see, it drops after 1.5 minutes. That also tells me that people just don't want to watch anything after 2 minutes. Okay. So there's that. That's analytics. And you'll notice that more when you have more views. The more views you have, the more information YouTube can give you. If you need, okay, annotations. Let's talk about annotations because Timothy had a good question about annotations. In the Video Manager, I'm going to go back to Video Manager. These are all my videos. You can actually see my Vine video training. This is the video training that I provide. It's over 10 minutes of just how to do everything on Vine. That's what's on my website right there. I use YouTube as a server. My secret's up. Anyway, I'm going to scroll down a little bit so I can actually show you an annotation. So I have some videos here. These are all videos that I have uploaded to YouTube. And I can click on these. Let's find a short one. I'm going to click on this. And I'm logged in. I'm just waiting for it to play so I can click pause. Underneath my video, I have some buttons: info and settings, enhancements, audio, annotations. If I click annotations, it takes me to another screen. And this screen has the video that I was just watching. And then it has a timeline underneath here. And you see these little boxes here? Hopefully you can see that. These little boxes. I'll even zoom in. These are annotations. So if I click play, it's going to be a little jerky. If I click play, it's a little jerky and go to webinar. But do you see the long vertical line? The vertical line is now intercepting this little square. The little square indicates when an annotation has popped up. Here's my annotation. I decided to make it yellow. I decided what the text was going to say. I decided where I wanted to put it. I decided how big I wanted to be. And I also decided right here, I don't know if you can see this, but right here, this is my link to my channel. I didn't make one to my website this time. I made one to my channel. And that's my choice. I also have an annotation all the way at the end. Now this is a 2-minute video. So I feel okay with putting an annotation at the end, but there's always a chance that nobody will see it. And that's why I put one at the beginning. Now, both of these annotations are the same link. I know that just, it tells me. So it tells me right there. So I know that. But I could also have one that goes to my website. So hopefully, and then those are clickable areas of your video. And people can see that and they can click it. They can also turn it off. So Timothy, that was the quick rundown of annotations. I hope that makes a little bit more sense. And again, if it doesn't, or if there's anything else you want more detail on, that's where that 30-minute consultation comes in. Farouk, yeah, I'm going to share with you the PDF. I will have to put that in the replay link. Okay, so you're going to have to wait 24 hours. I did say I was going to be a pain in the butt and wait a while, but I had a change of heart, so I'm going to put it up within 24 hours. So let's scroll down and see look more questions here. Let's see. Farouk, no worries. Great retention and info. Great. Mark, can you show how to work with annotations? Thanks, Joanne. Hi, Joanne. How you doing? Joanne, did that last little section that I just did that help you? If not, I can go over some more detail here or the 30-minute consultation. Just let me know. What's the most cost-effective equipment we can purchase for HD quality video and sound? Great question, Farouk. Honestly, it's the phone or tablet. Cost effective. If you already have a phone or tablet, you can get a simple $23 microphone. It's an Audio Technica microphone from Amazon. I got one. Sounds beautiful. And you do have to get an adapter. It's a headphone adapter, or excuse me, it's a microphone adapter that's also on Amazon. And that's $17. So if you already have the phone or you already have the tablet, you're really looking at $40 and you have yourself set up. You might also want a tripod, but that's an expense you can spend later on. You know, when you're rolling in the big bucks, you don't even need that. And it does HD. And remember what I just said about Vine. YouTube land is now totally acceptable of phone quality videos, but they still want good audio, and that's where the microphone and that's where that headphone adapter comes in. Heidi, do you only address sites and such that are teaching marketing or any niche? No, any niche. If you're talking about Vine, Heidi, any niche. If you were asking about consulting, any niche. It's business, online business. I consult many different people, authors, coaches, life coaches, new age coaches. Well, it sounds like all coaches, but speakers, all of that. If you're talking about Vine, you can tackle any niche, and that's where the hashtags would come in. If you watch the training that I gave you for free, it shows you where to do the hashtags. And so people could search by hashtags. So that would be keywords. Okay. Did you say that the young kids are leaving Facebook? Elizabeth, sorry. You don't sound like that, Elizabeth, but I read it in that voice. Did you say the young kids are leaving Facebook? Yes. I read a report that there's young kids leaving it in droves, really. So where are they going? Well, they're going to Instagram. I've heard around the water cooler that they're going to Instagram, and they're going to Vine, and that's why I'm so excited about Vine, because it's so new. Months, this is big deal within months, that it's blowing up. So I'm excited about that. But if you do want to do Instagram, check that out too. I honestly don't know, and I don't really know how to market with it. I'm trying to jump ahead of Instagram. And Instagram is actually trying to compete with Vine. It is coming out with its own video service. So look at this. We have Instagram competing with Vine. And now we have Twitter-owned Vine competing with Instagram. Interesting. So now we know that there is some demand for these 7-second videos. Okay. Why are you offering all this free time? Do you have a product? Well, Heidi, to be honest, what I'm trying to do is I don't have a product. I'm the product. It's my services. I like doing the consulting thing. I've been doing it. Colin Martin, if you know my partner in crime, Colin Martin, he started to go off and do his own thing. And he's a great guy. We still are in cahoots. I just saw him yesterday, but he's doing his own consulting. And feel free to check him out. And if you do check him out, tell him I told you, because then I can get a commission. But he's doing his own consulting, and it's a lot of copywriting, and it's a great deal. And he did the same thing. He offered 30-minute consultation. So if you want a consultation from him, you're going to have to find him. I apologize, I don't have his link right now, but you find him, and he will also give you a 30-minute consultation. And basically, what we're doing is we're trying to show you the things that we can fix and help you with, and then we're going to try to get some more time, really. So it's my services. So the webinar is my way of, first off, showing you guys I do know what I'm talking about, at least related to YouTube. And giving you the freebie is just my way of saying, thanks for being on my list. Thank you for listening, reading my newsletters, and thank you for coming to the webinar. And like I said, it was a product, and I feel like something's missing. Like it wasn't worth 97, and it wasn't worth 37, but it was good info. So it helps you guys, helps me get some emails. That's about it. That's why I'm offering all this. So that's it. So, if you have more questions about that, let me know. My Android is too old to upload Vine. Elizabeth, is there a way I can watch online, or is it only through the app? Well, I'll tell you what. There are a couple websites sprouting up very quickly that are reposting Vines, because you can put a Vine video on. You can put a link, okay, and it's a loop. It's like an animated GIF or animated GIF, some people call it. So people are putting these on sites. They're uploading to websites, and that's the only other place you can see them. However, there's no way to upload a video to Vine unless you have a phone or a tablet. You need the app, and the app is just not available on a computer. So you can watch online, but you won't be able to participate. All right. And I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know what Vine websites there were. I'm just going to look at 5 places to view Vine. We got Vine Peak, Vine Peaker. So there's one. You can turn the sound off, and it loops. So this is like a random thing. You can see how it loops. They're doing different tricks and doing funny things. And you can you can shoot text. You can shoot yourself. Wherever your phone shoots is what you do. And it looks kind of dumb, but just give it a shot. We also have, here's the vine.co I was talking about. Again, that doesn't give you anything. It just tells you what to do, where you can download the app at the App Store or Google Play for Android. So you can see CNive. It's a Vine web viewer. There's another site. I just Googled, and I don't know any of the good ones. But this one seems to be even loading kind of long. Maybe it's my GoToWebinar. There we go. So you can see a couple popular Vines. Let me click one. There's a best Vine. This one is really neat. I was watching it today. Can everybody see that? So he's doing that with stop motion animation. It's a neat trick. There's no sound, but there could be sound. I mean, I can turn the sound on or off. But what if he was doing this to a piece of paper that said free webinar next week, or awesomevideotricks.com, right? So this is an example of one of the best Vines. So you can get an idea of what other people are doing. Here's yesterday's. I clicked to see yesterday's. Let's see what the next one is. So this is actually cool. CNive. I might have to check this out. Well, look who it is. It's Miley Cyrus. So people are pointing at TVs. He's talking. How all the best romances begin. You can actually put text. He aimed it at the TV. So anyway, I could sit here again. See, I could sit here all night and play with this myself. Give it a shot and see if it's okay for you. What would you recommend for a WordPress video player plugin? Chris in Canada. Chris, I told you this in an email, but I'll tell you again. Video player for a plugin, you don't need one now. The new WordPress, if you updated WordPress to the newest version, I want to say 3.6 or whatever it is, they have their own video player. If you upload an MP4 video to the media library, just like you would do a picture or a PDF, this is in WordPress now. It has its own player, and you can embed that video into your WordPress page. It has no branding, which is really awesome. but it only will let you do up to 64 megabytes, which is okay because MP4s really aren't that giant. Of course, if you had a 3-hour long MP4, it's going to be way too large, but that's one option. You could break it into pieces. You could still use the WordPress player, so you don't need a plugin for that. The other option, of course, is YouTube. I still like YouTube. The other option for a player plugin that's free would be JW Player, but that one is branded. It will say JW Player on each one of your videos, but that one's a plugin. And then if you want one that costs money, I would suggest Amazon S3, and there's different Amazon S3 plugins for WordPress, but that will cost you. The S3 account will cost you, not the plugin. Okay? So if you have questions about that, let me know. Joanne, what do you use to create an opt-in page or squeeze page? Well, I use the shopping cart for a couple because Kickstart Cart has its own autoresponder connected to it. So I create forms, and that's where I create the opt-in page. The squeeze page, I actually do. I'm pretty basic. I do it on my WordPress page, but I have a plugin that costs money, and I don't have the link to that. I apologize, but I have a plugin that provides me with sales letter templates and squeeze page templates. So I would just plug and chug all the information right into the template, and that's all built into my WordPress, and then I just host it on there. So that's how I do it. But for the opt-in, that is an email program. That's how you get people into a list. So that would be either Kickstart Cart or Aweber. I also use Aweber. One iContact, right? And there's one other that I can't remember. I don't use. Okay. Mark, I'd love the free gift, but since I'm with Time School, I wouldn't want to take the free consultation. Can I do that? Well, Elizabeth, you'd get the same information. You can take the free gift. You don't need the consultation, but if you want the consultation, of course I'll give it to you. You'll get it either way. So, Elizabeth, it's fine, really. Can I download Vine on my BlackBerry, Serena? No, not yet. It's only iOS or Android. Joanne, thanks. I have one shopping cart. How do I do an HTML email rather than just a text email? Well, that's no problem. In the cart, you would go up to email and marketing up at the top where it says broadcasts, and then click broadcast. And then you're going to create a new broadcast. And then there are 2 tabs. Basically, it's where you would type in the message of your broadcast. So type in your message of your email. Where that is, there's 2 tabs. One says text and one says HTML. All you need to do is click the HTML tab. It's almost just like WordPress. It's just in a little bit different place. You click the HTML tab, and then you have HTML there. And that's what I use. I use to create those blue newsletter emails. I have a template, and I just use HTML. Okay, so there we go. So I backed up. Let me see. I think we got a lot more question here. What is the name of the mic? The mic is the audio. I'll go right to Amazon. I'll show you. I'm not even going to use an affiliate link. Look at that. I could be making money off you, Farouk, but I don't think I'd make much off $23 anyway. It's Audio. Let me see. Audio Technica Lavalier. Watch this. It's Audio Technica. Oh, it's down to $19 now, so it's even cheaper. It's the Audio Technica ATR-3350. I'm going to put the link right here in the question and answer box. It's going to be a long link. I'm going to send it to everybody. There you go. Not even an affiliate link. $19. Great microphone. No complaints. Great reviews. Super cheap. Takes 1 battery. It has a long wire. It's not wireless, but it has a 20-foot wire, so you can stand away from the camera if you want to. I use it for recording, not even my face. If I'm recording the screen, I can use it. It's great. Okay. Why the change of heart? Well, I already said it was going to be a product, and I was going to kind of use you guys as a guinea pig to test. And then I thought, it's missing something, really. So if anybody can think of what it's missing, let me know, really, because I just felt like it was missing something. I didn't want to kind of gyp you guys. So that's it. I'll sell you something later, I promise. Okay. Let's see. Chris. Okay. Chris is leaving. Bye, Chris. What headphones do I use? I use different headphones. When I'm working, I use Denon, Denon. And I'll show you that on the screen here. Hopefully everybody can still see my screen. It is the Denon AH-D2000. $120. I love these things. Now you got to think, I wear headphones about 8 hours a day. So I want the most comfy headphones I can find. And that's these. They sound great. They got a lot of bass, but they're expensive. Now, on top of that, I also use Skull Candy. Might not be your cup of tea, but I use Skull Candy, and I use the nicer ones here that have the microphone. I use these. I can't find the exact model. They look like this, but they have the microphone built in, and that's how I do a lot of my webinars. Not the one that I'm doing tonight, but that's the one I use. That's what I use a lot of my webinars for. Tonight, if you're curious, I'm using the Yeti microphone. It's the Yeti Blue. Fantastic microphone. It's about 99 bucks. I bet it's a little bit cheaper now. Let's see. Yeti Blue. There it is. About 99 still, maybe 74. Fantastic microphone. Love it. I use it for all my recordings. I bought Asden VMS Pro based on Tom's recommendations. Oh, that's good. What do you think of this? Is that the wireless, Serena? He has the Asden wireless that we recommend to a lot of people, and that is good if it's the wireless. If it's not wireless, I have never had any problems with any Asden, so, you know, I would go with it. Okay, Chris is out of here. Elizabeth, shocking, she says. Okay, do we want to market to these young people leaving Facebook? How young are they? Well, Todd, it really depends on your demographic. You know, I don't know your product. I know some of my products are more for like second career people. So I'm not going to market to a young kid because he's not my demographic. If you weren't going to market to them before they were in Facebook or when they were in Facebook, why would you market to them now? Really, what I'm talking about is there are marketers already on there, and there are older generations already on there too, but more of the older generation or different demographics are going to start to trickle in. And how nice would it be if you had already stockpiled a bunch of really handy, informative vines that you can just point to your website, point to the screen, point to some text that shows your website, and then stockpile these things ahead of time. That's really what I'm trying to get to. Farouk, how do I become a $1,000 an hour consultant? Good question. Ask Tom. Really, I think it's knowing something that nobody else knows, and then finding the right people and networking. On top of that, I've been told that I price myself too low. That's fine. It's fine with the people that are paying me, I'm sure. But I think it really also comes down to you really have to trust that in yourself. Trust that that your content is worth $1,000 and your time is worth $1,000. And that's the ultimate goal. That's what I'm shooting for. $1,000 an hour, or like what Tom does, $10,000 a year, which is pretty good deal if you think about it hourly. Okay, let's see. Great point, Todd. Thank you for your HTML and one shopping cart. No problem, Joanne. With your last step, how do you get your template into the email section? Do you design your template and copy and paste? No, I think you can, Joanne. I can't tell you off the top of my head right now if you can do that. But what I do is they already have pre-made templates already there. And so you need to be in the cart. You need to click the HTML tab. And when you click the HTML tab, it's almost like, again, it's like WordPress. Up at the top, you'll see a bunch of little buttons like for bold and for a link and for like left justify and center justify and all of that. But on the far right of that area, you'll see a button that says templates. And you click templates, and they have different templates for promotional, for invitation, for newsletters, and so on and so forth. So that's what I use. So let's see here. Let's see. Heidi says she wants young parents. Okay, me too. Serena's wireless. Okay, good, great, Serena. No, we still recommend the Asden wireless mic. So good job. Don't throw it out. If you do, give it a me. And let's see. We'll discuss that with the consultation. Please do the consultation if you have any questions. I know I have a tendency to talk a lot. I have a tendency to sometimes skim over things that you guys have questions about. And all I'm going to say is, hey, look, if you need help with this in the future, this is what I'm here for. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give you a hard sell, okay? So it looks like nobody else is asking any questions. that's fine with me. I wanted to get in and get out. It's a little after an hour and 8 minutes, so I think I did exactly what I wanted to do. Thank you very much for being on the line. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Serena. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Elizabeth. What's the wireless mic? The wireless mic was the one that Serena got, Elizabeth. It's an Asden VMS Pro. I'd have to look up the link for you. But 10Q. What's 10Q, Leo? 10 Queen? Are we playing poker? Because that's a good hand. I'd play with 10 Queen. I'd bluff. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, please fill out the 30-minute consultation. The link is there. Be on the lookout for the replay. And email me at mark@topinternetconsulting if you have any more questions. Thanks again. Thank you for immigrants. No problem. Have a good night, guys. I'll talk to you soon.